Okay, I'm going to prove right now that Jesus was not a Christian and he did not create Christianity. Okay, I Googled when did Christianity start? They said that Christianity began in the first century after the death of Jesus as a Jewish sect in Judah. Pause. Okay, so first of all, if it was created 100 years after the death of Jesus, there's no way Jesus could have created Christianity, right? So now you go look at Judah. It started in Judah. Well, Judah actually Buddhism existed in Judah 500 years before the birth of Jesus. But do you know why this is important? Because if you go look up the oldest story of Jesus that came out of Egypt, Coptic Christians, according to National Geographic, they practice Buddhism. Buddhism or Gnosticism. Buddhism is also considered a Gnostic religion. Now, now that we proved that Jesus did not create Christianity, we also proved that the Christianity that is practiced today is not what Jesus was practicing. Because let's go look forward to 325 AD. The Romans, who supposedly persecuted Jesus, 300 years later, created what's called the Council of Nicaea, where they completely changed the entire story of Jesus and made him a God. Said that he was God in the flesh. And then after that, they went and killed off almost all of the Coptic Christians that existed in Egypt. After this, they went and started wars on the rest of the barbarians, the white people in Europe, and forced the Scottish and the British and the German barbaric and the Huns to become Catholics. The reason they agreed to this is because they were also being invaded by the Muslims of the Middle East and Africa. After this, during their enslavement, they created what's called the Crusaders. Everybody who was not a Christian around the world was murdered, raped, and tortured and enslaved. The only way to get out of this treatment is to confess that Jesus is God. Back to the Council of Nicaea times. So, after this, you have the breakaway from Catholicism with the Protestant church, which created the Baptists and Methodists. And it just so happens that these happen to be the continuation of slaves' religion because all the slaves were of a Protestant religion. Therefore, the Christianity we practice today is definitely different from the original Christianity or anything that Jesus was teaching. Because, like I said, Jesus was teaching Gnosticism, which is Buddhism. And yet, the Romans who supposed to be persecuted him went and changed the story. Now, that's like President Kennedy, great man, shot in the face. What if Lee Harvey Oswald went and wrote a story about JFK? It would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of this, I want before I leave, before I end this, it's proven that Constantine, the Roman emperor who called the Council of Nicaea to say Jesus is God and create the false deity of Jesus, actually admitted on his deathbed that he was wrong and converted back to the opposite ways. So, there you go. You got it right now. Jesus was not a Christian, nor did he create Christianity. Welcome to Apollo Temple, and I'm glad to have slayed that shit for you again.